Hello.
All right. We think we're good to go after Tybo,
Yeah, fuck you.
deflowered my couch with water. Anyways, well, welcome to the second episode. Yeah, deflowered, man.
Deflowering of a couch.
I totally fucked that couch with my water.
Yeah, you did. You fucked it up, that's for sure. Welcome to the second episode of By The Horne Podcast, where we're here to bring you guys news about the Twitch community, some more gaming, and water spills on my couch, apparently. But
That's
unfortunately,
He's not bitter.
we're nearing
Not
the
at all.
end of the summer. Did you guys have a good time? Well, I should actually mention who I'm sitting with. I'm sitting with my good friend Tybo, who you might remember from our first episode.
No.
What's up, Tybo? We also have Pat the Rick the Dragon.
We have a new nickname for him, by the way, aka Low Ton.
Low ton?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's the significance behind low ton?
Well,
Darts.
we've been playing a lot of darts lately.
Yeah.
And you get 3 dart throws.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get... What is it?
It's 100 points or better
If you break 100 points,
in like a round.
you get it. It says low ton.
Oh, so
And-
you're low ton?
And
Yes.
he was. He got
I was
a
like, I'll
bunch of
take
them.
it. I was like, it's good.
He got
It's
a bunch of
good
them. I
name.
think it was Will who decided that he's now Low Ton,
Yeah.
Low ton? All right, so now you're Pat Low ton.
aka
I
Rick the
don't know.
Dragon, aka Low Ton, aka
Yeah.
Patrick.
There's a nickname for everything.
You heard it here first, folks.
And then that last voice, you might recognize him. His name is Cappy.
Hello.
Or you might not.
Hello. You might not. Well, you never know. You might recognize
Who
him.
knows?
Maybe one listener might. Or 2. Or 3. I don't know. But yeah, we're unfortunately in the last week of August, which means a lot of kids are going back to school. Everybody's not taking vacations
Yeah,
anymore.
Fuck you, kids.
It's over. We're in Connecticut. We're going on to rough times ahead of us pretty soon with the weather. So what have you guys been up to this summer? Anything new?
I don't know how closely ahead of us that is lately, though.
What's that?
We're
yeah.
still going to be 80 in October.
Oh, I
and
know.
It's going to go to 30 in November.
I mean, remember that ice? We've had ice storms in October. I remember Halloween got canceled. Halloween got canceled one year.
Cancel Halloween.
You can't cancel Halloween.
well, and then the thing is, and then it got like hot again.
Yeah, ridiculous. Awful. Anyways, what have you guys been up to this summer? Has there been anything notable this summer that you guys did?
Nope.
Nothing.
Next topic.
Next topic. What? Is that a bad thing? What happened, Tyler? You want to talk about it?
No, I mean, there was plenty going on. I just being an asshole.
All right. Well,
Alrighty.
alrighty then. Moving forward, Patrick.
I've been playing. I played God of War. It's probably the only game I really played
That's your game of the summer.
most of the summer, easily.
Wait,
Easy.
you played
It's
it,
first game I ever platinumed in my life.
Really? First one?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
why.
surprising for you.
I don't know why.
I thought you were a bigger nerd than that.
For some reason, I decided I wanted to do all the tedious shit.
Well, platinum
Normally-
is more like you play through the game and then you do a bunch
Grinding,
of extra
yeah.
shit.
It's a lot of
it's
tedious
annoying.
bullshit, which I never
Yeah.
really want to do. But for some reason, I decided I was going to do it for this game.
Yeah.
And
For the boy.
it's a great game.
Boy.
Playing,
For the
playing,
boy.
the, playing the new game plus right now,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Wait, the new game plus? There's like
They
a
just added it.
DLC to it or something?
No, it's just new game plus. You start the game over
With your abilities.
with everything that you
Ah.
finish the game with.
So you melt through like the first half of it, just.
Well, not if
Rolling
you
it.
raise the difficulty.
Oh, all right.
The enemies are more difficult to begin with.
Gotcha.
Granted, the first couple hours I played, it's been easy.
Yeah.
But you could feel it getting harder.
I gotcha.
And some more stuff to get, and new armor abilities.
Hmm.
But besides that,
Gotcha. That's cool. Cappy, what about you? What have you been up to? I mean,
Well-
you're not a frequent, speaker on the podcast. So
Yeah.
What
Well,
are
Doing
you like?
all 1 in 10 minutes
Listen.
of it.
I
Listen, they don't even
started
know
my summer with I got my surgery, so
Oh,
I was
yeah,
a
that
couch
was
potato
awful.
for like a good few weeks.
So yeah, what was the game
So-
of choice?
Well, I was finishing up God of War at that time,
Horne.
and unlike Pat, I didn't plan them. The second I beat the story mode, I was kind of done.
What a quitter.
I mean, the Valkyries just kind of got to me. I was really pissed
you never
off.
beat him?
I never beat them. There's one world where you have to go through like the select.
Muspelheim.
Yeah, that's it.
Muspelheim.
And the very end is like this badass Valkyrie that I just couldn't get past,
You could.
and I just gave up.
You could have done.
So
you want to know where I gave up? I gave up right after the first tutorial where you beat the first like 3 zombie dudes, and that's where I stopped.
I was surprised when you got it, Joe. Just because I just had a
Yeah.
feeling it was. I think you wanted to like it.
I wanted to.
I think you saw it and you were like, "This game looks sick," but like, I feel like all of us
Yeah.
knew. We were just like, "Not sure this is gonna be the type of game
Yeah,
that Joe really gets into."
I mean, I like the older ones. It was more hack and slash. You know,
Well,
what I
the
mean?
other
Like,
ones
this
were
one
more
was-
hack
This one
and
actually has
slash.
story and character.
Hack and
to
slash
it.
and linear. This one opens up. becomes
Yeah.
big world.
Yeah.
You know, once
There's
you
a boy.
get in
There's
it.
a boy involved.
There's a
There's
child.
a dead mom
There's a
involved.
child.
It's awful.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. When I finished it,
Yeah.
I did. PlayStation has, I think it's like PS Plus or
Yeah.
PlayStation Now or whatever. It's you do a subscription. You can play like the older PS3, PS2 games. So after I finished God of War, I never played the previous ones. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, screw it. I'm sitting on the couch. I might as well run through the other ones.
Run through them all.
And I must have spent maybe like 2 days straight playing the first one. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm over it. So I watched YouTube videos of all the clips for the rest of them to see how the story went. And then after that, it was just kind of Fortnite. And
There wasn't
How- a
much
lot-
story in those ones.
yeah,
And
it was just...
It was a lot of Ares.
Yeah, no, pretty much. Yeah.
You're kind of just a rage monster.
Yeah, just being an ant on top of a gigantic monster.
Kratos wasn't exactly like a good character until
No.
this new one.
Athena!
It's just an
That's all you
anger,
heard.
it's just an anger simulator.
Yeah, his whole thing is hate. Someone made a good point though. Spoilers for the new God of War.
It's okay. If they didn't beat it by now, they're not beating it.
Yeah,
You
it's,
deserve
we're
that
months
spoil.
away. But someone made a good point that in the original trilogy, he was just like a rage monster filled with just hate and just out to murder everything, and he ends up doing a whole lot of good. I forgot what a few things were, but like he gave humans like free will by killing the Fates.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things out of being good just because he went on a murder spree. And this time he's actually trying to like be a good person, and he potentially started Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's
I
very
appreciate
true.
that.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Cappy, didn't you say your speaking of Fortnite? Didn't you say your Fortnite account got hacked?
It
How the
did.
hell did that happen? Let me hear what the storyline here. What happened?
All right, so I started back at work after my 2 months off.
Yeah.
And so I took a little break from Fortnite. I wasn't playing for a little bit.
Yeah.
So this past week was my third week of work. I was like, all right, now that I'm back in the groove and stuff, I'll start playing when I get home.
Mhm.
So I came home, and my skin is this, it looks like Kill Bill, like Uma Thurman Kill Bill,
Yeah.
except it's like a white
Uh-huh.
jumpsuit or whatever with like
Yeah,
a
that-
samurai sword.
Isn't that new? Didn't that come out like how long? Wait, when did you realize it got hacked?
Well, I mean,
What was
this
this?
past week.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So-
that's a brand new skin.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Sounds like a dope skin,
what the
man.
hell? I don't remember getting this or whatever. And I had like 500 V-Bucks left or whatever.
What? So somebody
So-
hacked your account and uploaded V-Bucks and bought a skin for you, basically.
Well, I think I can't remember how much V-Bucks I had in my
okay.
account before. All I knew is that I had 500 left.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, maybe I always had 500 or whatever. And then I go to look at my challenges. All my challenges are complete. Up to date. So I'm like, all right, man,
Wow, hell yeah.
this sounds good. Like, hey, I almost wanted to message myself and be like, listen, you're good to play. Just don't buy anything. And just keep doing keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good, kid.
Why the fuck could that have not happened to me?
The guy's he's a vigilante.
I got to the point where I fucking hated the challenges.
So I was playing with Jack, and like he's experiencing all this going down for the first time, like
The
with
discovery
me.
process?
Yeah, and I'm like, I was laughing my ass off. And then the next day, the new challenges came out. Those are already done.
What?
I was like, all right, like this is awesome. But then I noticed one of my favorite emotes, it's a purple one, wasn't there anymore. The motherfucker gifted it.
Wait, is that actually out?
I think you can gift emotes.
Is that true? Can you
I don't
get that
believe
now?
it.
I don't think. I
I
don't
don't
think it
Well,
is.
he got rid of
As
it.
far as I know,
It's not there anymore.
that's crazy.
And that's when I drew the line. That's when I changed my I changed my emails and my passwords, and as a kid you blew it. You had a good chance. You had a great opportunity to be a part of something.
be something good. That's
Yeah.
my Batman impression.
I
Is that all you're missing,
haven't.
though?
That's all I miss is that one emote. That's what drew the line.
Because that guy was a serial hacker. He was even like,
I don't know. If I was you, I probably would have just let it keep going.
Oh yeah,
Let
I
all
mean,
those
I
people-
honestly was gonna let it keep going. I mean, I haven't reached level 100 yet in challenges,
That's
so
crazy.
so he got me up to like tier 80
Do you
or
think
something like that.
Do you think it was your brother?
No,
accidentally? 'Cause
I
he
don't
doesn't
think
play
I
on
don't think it
PS4.
was him.
Maybe he was logged in on
Well, he's
your
got
PC.
he's got his own PS4.
Oh, I know. But he also, like, if you had the same Epic account, I think you can log in. Mate, or your sister, maybe? I don't know. That's freaking crazy.
Nico, if you're listening,
Nico.
confess. Confess.
And you owe him an emote.
Yeah.
You owe me 500 V-Bucks, nerd. Give him a nuggie.
So yeah, that's my little story about that.
fuck
That's
is
interesting.
this?
I thought it was
Like-
gonna be like a horrible thing.
Yeah, that's like
No,
a great story.
it was great.
I got hacked.
Oh, I
What
loved
if we get in a
I loved it. I was like, saves me time.
What if this guy just goes around hacking people's accounts and just completing their challenges for them?
He's a Fortnite Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's a watchful protector.
But like I saw like all these different friends on
That's
Epic.
it. That's his price. He did this for you, and then he gifted himself your emote because he liked it.
He said you're
But
welcome.
he did all your challenges like, this is my payment.
That was not part of the deal.
That was not the deal.
Not written in blood. Give it back. All right, cool. I mean, this summer has been pretty hectic for me. I traveled a bunch. I went to. I just got back from Florida like 2 weeks ago, and let me just tell you, it was a fantastic like time. Don't get me wrong, loved it. Right in front of the beach, but there's a big but there, because my girlfriend's parents' condo, they haven't upgraded their internet since literally the mid 2000s. They were running
Yikes.
DSL.
Oh God! Don't say those.
I was baffled. I was like, I didn't even know that people still bought this. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was still like you can have a service with DSL.
They don't still buy it. They just leave
They just
it.
don't update it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
baffled.
God.
Just like how people are still subscribed to AOL.
Yeah, like I remember when I was down there, I was like, I wanted to do like an IRL stream, like inside the condo with me and Rachel, and like just doing that kind of thing. I couldn't even do that. I had less than one up. You know what I mean? I was blown away that it still worked. Couldn't believe it. But one thing I did discover while I was in Florida, new Nintendo indie called Death Road to Canada. And that game was fantastic. Have you guys heard of it yet or anything like that?
No.
It's on PC. It's like a couch gaming experience. So like it was. I figured it was going to be a good buy for me and her when like we're bored in Florida.
Before you
or-
describe it,
yeah.
I think we should each say what we think it is.
All right. Yeah. Go
Because
for it.
personally, to me, it sounds kind of like an Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Yes and no. Maybe.
Death Road to Canada.
Death Road to Canada. Death
Where do you
Road.
start?
You start in Florida.
In Florida.
Yes, you start in Florida.
That's interesting.
Oh.
Every top of Florida. I know, right? I was like, oh, we're in Florida. We're in Florida. Let's get, and then. But like, have you guys ever noticed the shittiest things on earth? Whoever lives in Florida, God bless you, and try to keep your head down because I feel like people get away with murder in Florida. It's freaking nuts. But
Some people actually do get away with murder.
I'm
in Florida.
serious. Casey Anthony, that other dude. There's another dude. There's crocodiles and
There was just a
dude.
murder.
That one
Alligators.
person whose name I know, and then all those other people
Those other
just
and
guessing
Casey
exist.
Anthony, that's the only one I remember. But like seriously, I feel like everybody gets away with murder. But what's your guess? So we start off in Florida.
Death Road to Canada. I don't know. I mean, I can imagine it kind of being like
You said it's couch co-op?
Couch co-op.
you spend a day. Listen.
Up to 4.
I could see it being kind of like a racing game where like
Yeah.
you're in a car and you're going up the road and
Uh.
it's like the day starts and you just have to get through a certain amount of road without dying, without getting attacked, without getting like
We'll give that away.
popping a tire,
Yeah.
and just like you have to do a certain amount of things to make sure you can go to sleep the next night and not die.
You're on a road to Canada.
Yeah, driving.
That's very accurate. I mean, both of you guys are on the right track. Do you have any guesses, Cappy?
I mean, the second typo said Oregon Trail. It's like that's all that's in my head right now. It's just like you're
Cappy
riding.
died of dysentery.
It kind of is though.
Maybe
So
Oregon
it's,
Trail with like zombies.
it's like
and
yeah,
Mounties.
there's zombies. It's a zombie apocalypse game. You have to get to Canada where there's supposedly a safe zone, of course. Basically, it's an 8-pixel like type of a indie where it's it's like super retro, top down. Think kind of like Dying Light or Dead Island, but top down version. You have to drive somewhere, and then you have a choice which brings you back to Oregon Trail. You have a choice. It's like, this place is heavily infested, but this one is calm, but the loot might not be good. So it's like high risk, high reward type of thing. Your car could break down. So you guys are like right on.
You have to ford the river.
Exactly, yeah. So like it was very fun. And now I have my girlfriend hooked. Now she's always like, bring over the Switch in the dock. Bring it over. We're gonna play because we're really far now at this point. Like we never made it to Canada. We always die. Spoiler. It's very hard.
It's a long way.
It's very hard.
Also,
Yeah.
you might be able to get a dock just to have it her place.
I know, right? They're cheap. Right?
Yeah.
Can't you get like a third-party one for like $30
I'm sure
or
you
something?
can.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm super impressed with that.
No,
You
but,
know-
to
yeah.
be serious.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really travel or anything, but I did. I played through all the Kingdom Hearts. Like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
I
we were
was
saying
going
last
to
time,
last
yeah.
time. I wasn't quite finished, but I finally finished. And I'm all caught up. And then I've actually been playing No Man's Sky like I said I would.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Still?
Yeah.
You're still keeping your...
I'm not like super frequent on it. I'm not playing like every day. But when I go on, there's still a lot for me to do, and
cool.
it's they've really improved it. Like when I stopped playing, because I got it the first day, put probably like 10 hours into it on the first day.
Yeah.
Got kind of far, did intergalactic travel, and then but it was all more of the same. But now there's like missions. There's actual like storylines. Now there's multiplayer. There's base building. It's a lot more involved.
Yeah.
You know, I have a space freighter where I keep all my ships that like I come across or buy.
Speaking of like base building and shit like that, you guys played Stardew Valley, right?
Yeah. So I need to get more into it, but
there's this new game that got released called Graveyard Keeper. Have you seen any clips of it on Twitch or anything like that?
I thought you were going to talk about with something like Little Dragon something, because that one got compared to Stardew Valley too.
So it might be, but like the Graveyard Keeper, literally instead of making a farm, you're basically like owning a graveyard, and like you have to like, I don't know, like grind like you do in Stardew, but instead it literally looks like Stardew, but it's like graveyard and super gothic and
probably where they got the idea from.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks freaking badass. I know Carnage has been playing a lot, and like I've been like frequently watching that because like he's super chill and shit like that. But yeah, I want to get that. I just want it for the Switch. Like I'm afraid to buy it on PC because it said it's coming to the Switch. I just don't know when.
That's the issue with a lot of games. Like, oh, this game is so dope, but like, oh, it'd be perfect for the Switch, but it's not on the Switch.
Not yet.
I'm gonna wait a year and a half till it gets on the Switch, and unfortunately, the problem is then, if it doesn't get bought up a lot, they might just not put it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Or now, what a lot of places are doing is the Switch is their last resort, and it's selling really well. So like, you hope it goes that route instead of, oh, no one's buying our game. Yeah. We're done with this game.
It's over. Go the route of.
I mean, it's pretty great that the Switch is actually becoming a preferred platform. Yeah. It's weird that like past Nintendo consoles, it's always been like you get your Nintendo games, but you would never be like, oh man, I wish this game came out on the Wii. You know what I mean? With the Switch, it's like this game's out for PC, this game's out for PS4, Xbox. It's like I want this on the Switch. You know, I want to play this on the Switch. And, you know, that's very good for Nintendo. You know, because they have their fan base for Nintendo, and now so many other people are jumping on board with the indies.
I mean, look at me.
Even other big platform games.
I haven't bought a Nintendo console literally since the N64. You know what I mean? Nothing has piqued my interest besides Smash. Like Smash is the only game where I was like, that's worth to buy a console for. But it just, I mean, back then I didn't have money. You know what I mean?
It wasn't coming out yet either.
But yeah, it's just freaking nuts. Like that's proof alone that the fact that like you know it's more accessible to people.
They already had a niche and now they've doubled down on it.
Yeah,
you know, it's doing really well for
sexual
them.
Violent.
So violent.
I think there's like some games though that they really shouldn't focus on debuting for this. Like I know, like I just saw they're coming out with Saints Row the Third for the Switch. I'm like, Saints Row the Third? Like, are you kidding me?
People will play it though.
I mean, they'll play it, but it's like
Saints Row the Third was fucking awesome.
It was, but it's like, come on.
Yeah. But not even that. Like,
I mean, like, you know, like make up some new games. Like,
people are buying Skyrim, though.
Yeah.
Well, again, the thing for that with like Saints Row the Third specifically, because it's not something that's really been on Switch yet. It's definitely, it probably doesn't cost them as much to up-res it and port it, because they're definitely not rebuilding it from the ground up.
Oh no.
They're not remastering it. They're just, you know, maybe upping the polygons a little bit, but like they're not doing much. So it's probably like, oh, it's going to be cheap to port this over to the Switch. So this is kind of them putting their feelers out to see if it's viable to be releasing more games out on there.
But it's like, with everything going on right now, it's like, all right, you're trying to sell the console.
People will buy it. Mm-hmm. People will absolutely buy Saints Row the Third.
It's
on
like,
the Switch.
but let's say someone doesn't have a Switch right now, and they're like trying to find that one game that's gonna like, you know, bring them to it, and now they're like, well, we're gonna come out with Saints Row the Third. It's like, well, I've already had it for PlayStation
chances are, if you're gonna play Saints Row the Third, you're not gonna buy a Switch to play Saints Row.
Yeah,
and if they haven't found a game to buy the Switch yet, they're not going to.
They're probably not gonna get it, because anybody who has a Switch bought it for Zelda, for Mario Kart, for Mario Galaxy, for all those games, and all this extra stuff
is Smash,
just
coming up for the Let's Go Pokemon ones are gonna be system sellers too. Those big titles are gonna be what's selling the system.
Yeah.
Throwing Saints Row the Third, there's hundreds of games out for the Switch now, because like more and more indie developers are like, oh, we could sell our shit on the Switch and it will get sold. Like, if you any Thursday I listen to Kind of Funny Games Daily, and it's gotten to the point where whoever's reading the list of released games will be like, if I don't say what system it's on, it's the Switch. 'Cause every Thursday they come out like 20, 30 games.
Yeah.
And so it's like they can anything sells on the Switch, so they put it on the Switch.
It's a great time to be alive. It's amazing.
Kind of
Like
exhausting,
one thing that I hate about some of these ports to the Switch is like, do I really need to play Doom Eternal on the Switch?
No.
Or I just find that ridiculous.
But if you only have a Switch, because it is the cheapest.
Rough, dude. Yeah,
Supposedly, the last Doom actually played pretty well. And
Yeah,
same thing with
sure it does.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine having fun playing an FPS in handheld version.
Well, you don't have
You know
fun
what I
playing FPS on a console in general.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can at least see the appeal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's like on your big TV and things like that. It's just like, I don't know. The Switch to me is just the perfect platform for those niche, side scroller.
Again, no, for us, but for other people, for people who
that's all they have.
That's all they have.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you're gonna be saying, okay, if I don't have a video game system, and I could choose either between PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, a PC or a Switch, I'm choosing a Switch.
Yeah.
Because
more
it's more accessible. I can it serves two purposes.
Yep.
It's portable, and I can have it as a home console.
Yep.
It's the cheapest. And I think it's still the cheapest.
I don't know. PS4.
Yeah, you can,
the original PS4s, original Xboxes are.
Yeah, those are a little cheap. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, but and there's a ton of games coming out for it. It's approaching a catalog size of Steam.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's never gonna meet.
Yeah,
it's never gonna meet
Steam
that.
is,
But
literally, you can release a turd on the Steam platform, and they will release it. Like I don't put a price on it. I don't.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have a Steam back catalog that I'm never gonna touch.
Yeah.
And so you don't need a catalog the size of Steam, but like. There's so many things being released on it that you have a ton of variety. That's what I was getting.
Developers, no, it's fantastic.
I should have said you have the variety of it.
I really don't think I bet you Nintendo's afraid that if they release crap in their digital store, it'll reflect upon them as a company.
I'm pretty sure they're probably already releasing crap.
For sure.
Oh no, they absolutely are. I've seen a couple games on it. I'm like, this is awful. But still, I bet you Steam doesn't give a shit. I think Gabe Newell.
Steam will release scams. Steam will let scam games go through.
Yeah, they don't give it. Yeah,
I don't think Nintendo's gonna do that.
Yeah. So what about the new Smash? I haven't really heard too much about the new Smash.
By the way, that Stardew Valley game that I was talking about is Little Dragon's Cafe.
Little Dragon's Cafe.
And actually, I'm looking at it. It actually sounds kind of delightful.
Oh, chocolate. It's delightful.
It's delightful.
I watch chocolate.
It's chocolate. It's chocolate.
You have a sick mother, and you have to raise this dragon that she had started to raise, and this dragon, once it gets older, it'll heal your mother, but she also ran a cafe for her livelihood, so you have to run the cafe and help raise the dragon.
Sounds like a sitcom.
And the cafe, and raising the cafe and tending the cafe is a lot like Stardew when you're tending your
So
your
instead of tending a farm,
things.
you're tending a cafe. That's good. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it coming to Smash or Switch? They're coming to Smash.
I think it's on Switch. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Smash.
I'll look into it, but I really don't need to be questioned in public when I'm playing it. Anyways, the Smash. What's the hoopla? I heard was Waluigi on it. What was the hoopla about that shit?
Well,
hoopla.
the big hoopla is that it's Smash.
I mean, it's Smash. I want to buy the shit out of it. But
yeah. It has pretty much every character that's ever been in the Smash game.
Minus Waluigi.
Plus others minus Waluigi.
So not pretty much. It has literally every character that's been in Smash. Waluigi was never in.
Waluigi was never in Smash. Wait, this is news to me.
He was always in Assist Trophy.
He should have been.
What? All right, you guys just threw.
I'm still convinced that he's gonna be here eventually.
Eventually. He's in everything else. He's in
I know.
Mario Tennis.
It's shocking to me. I know.
He's only in like those like party kind of games.
Mario Party. Didn't there
Mario
isn't
Kart.
there a Mario Party coming out too?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks like it looks kind of like a return to how Mario Party used to be.
Goodbye friendships.
I know, right?
I hope so. I hate you guys.
I'll never forget. One of the best memories of my childhood. That's a big statement. Best memory of my childhood. One of them is when we were over Jack's house. You guys don't know Jack, but Jack's a childhood friend that we all know. Anyways, we were playing the original Super Mario for the first time, and we have another friend named Tyler, who was very gullible.
Mario Party.
What's that? Mario Party. Sorry, yes,
okay.
Mario Party.
I got confused for a second.
And And we told him that the stars were bad, and he said no to the star, and we all died laughing. And like, just that manipulation was like a key moment of my, development in my childhood. Oh my God,
it's fun to be a dick.
Oh my God, I remember just being like, this is how you play this game. This is amazing.
The stars are bad.
Yeah, like, you don't want that.
There will never be a Nintendo game where the stars are bad.
Yeah.
Dude, amazing.
Oh,
we even get fucking cutthroat in Mario Party. Like,
you have to.
You have to. That's the way you play.
Me and
Play
Sean
to
at
win
one
the
point,
game.
I remember the first time it was like me and Sean and Cap used to play a bunch, and then Pat and Ryan started playing with us.
Me and Ryan used to play like by ourselves.
Yeah, but then they started playing with us, and me and Sean got fucking mean the first game, because it was just like there was no like untold rules. It's like fucking everything's fair game. And
oh yeah,
I remember the first. I think it was Sean who did something dickish, and you guys got upset. We're like, no, this is Mario Party. Fuck you.
What would be considered dickish? Just star stealing?
Oh yeah, anything you have to do with Boo is literally a dick move.
Hey,
you literally have to select somebody.
Well, I was saying not necessarily going after like the logical choice, just picking on someone. like everyone's got 5 or 4 stars, and there's one guy with 1 star. You take that 1 star.
Yeah.
Because they're clearly the weak link, and you want the star.
You want it.
If you have to duel someone, you don't necessarily duel.
Funny.
Yeah.
What?
But it's funny.
If you have to duel someone, you don't duel a guy in second place because they know what they're doing clearly. You duel the one who's just
when
really
you're
shitting.
Well, dueling is a different story.
Yeah.
You kick them in the shins and you run away.
That's what I would really like there to be in the upcoming Mario Party, because everything's stealing stars and stealing coins was just a matter of pressing a button, pure luck.
Yeah.
This time you have to slap your friend in the face.
Oh yeah, like what I'm saying is it needs to be like, you want to steal this person's star?
Yeah.
Why don't you put your own star on the line? You know what I mean? Like fucking match up head to head.
You do in the duel.
Or
in these duels you do.
But were there actual duels?
Put on the
in
suit.
the older Mario parties?
Yeah.
Why don't I remember
You
duels?
played mini games against each other, and the winner got the both stars.
Yeah.
And the real fucked up thing is, if you had enough coins, you can instead put up like 50 coins against their star.
1 star.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't have the coins, you would just be star against a star, but you could be a dick, which obviously everyone was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you put up your coins to their star.
Oh yeah.
So, has there been any gameplay for the new Smash yet, or no?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Just the trailers, really, right?
Well, there's the trailers, and then at E3 at the Nintendo Direct, they also have Nintendo Treehouse, which is a live thing, and they were doing a lot of gameplay. There's some interesting stuff. They made it so roll dodging isn't as viable.
What? That's the only way to play.
No, but it's one of those where your original, like, if you play for a while and then you start to roll dodge, each roll dodge gets a little less effective.
Oh wait, so it's kind of like the Fortnite jumping where you can only do it so many times until like your guy starts like jumping. Yeah,
It's tired.
So you can't keep dodging. So but they're
I'm gonna suck.
They're forcing you to be more aggressive.
I'm going to suck.
There goes Ryan's game.
Yeah. Because you can just keep roll dodging, and then but the more you do it,
he rolls a lot. That's true.
The more you do it, the less effective it is.
Everybody rolls a lot. It's gonna have to change.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to change the way you play.
Did they get rid of the tripping at least? I hated that shit.
Tripping got taken out for the most recent one.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's
you
like
can't have a competitive game without
and that's why that's why it didn't do well in like the competitive circuits.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But yeah, there's that. They added, you know how Pat would do it with Captain Falcon? He'd do his like jumping knee.
Yes.
And it'd be like a short jump.
Yep.
Now they make it an actual button press. So you don't have to time the jump. If you press your A attack and the jump button at the same time, it just does the short jump with that hit.
Well,
so it makes them. Like,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it makes them a lot of people more viable. Like I play Zelda, and she's considered bottom tier in all of the games.
Yeah.
And that makes because her kick, her strong move is a jumping kick. And you have to hit it very precisely. And also timing the jump to make sure you land, you get the right height, and you get the kick. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult, and so that makes her more viable. And it makes it so lower barrier to entry. Nintendo's all about making sure everyone can play and be competitive.
I get that.
I like that, but I also don't like that. Then again, like I kind of agree because
were you able to hit all those? I know I wasn't able to when we played forever, and those short jumps with the hits.
I can never do it. No.
Yeah, but now we can.
Yeah, again, now we can. But I'm just saying, like, I don't
just
really
takes
know
practice.
If I agree with that, every game like trying to cater to newbies. But then, Like it's a double-edged sword.
I agree with you, but I understand it from their
too.
aspect. They want to sell as many games.
But
as
that's
possible.
also not necessarily going to be the only thing that's going to, okay, now everyone can do it, so now it's all level playing field. It's absolutely not, A lot of it is still knowing your pixel by pixel, your frame count, stuff like that. And so it's still, that's just one other thing that, you know, it allows other people like us to play at a slightly higher level.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of games actually shoot themselves in the foot by catering, like once the game is released and then starting to dumb the game down, it actually hurts them in the long run. Because like the first game to do that was H1Z1. They changed the shooting meta.
Yeah.
And it literally made the game tank because it happened right before PUBG got released, and the combination of the both, right downhill. And
but for a game like Smash, that's not gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna sell no matter what. It's gonna be played no matter what. It's gonna be.
Yeah, and that's such a small mechanic that, again, you and me never used in the first place, and so also that makes playing as multiple characters a more viable option too, because for someone like Captain Falcon, Pat's been playing Captain Falcon since he came out on 64, right?
Freaking nom, dude.
He was one of the originals.
Since N64, and obviously there's changes for me here and there, but
It's been my
overall
one.
been pretty much the same character.
Falcon number 1.
But now you can play multiple characters and actually pick them up and play them and have more fun with it.
It's like I only had like 3 characters I could play. It's true.
Yeah.
Unless I was memeing, then I'd feel
I always had my tier players. You know, I had my Falcon, my Baby Bowser, and I don't even know if I had a third one.
Ganondorf.
Yeah, he's Falcon basically.
Yeah,
and he's just a very slow.
They made a few changes to him too. He has a sword finally.
It's not out full time though, right? It's just
it's just like a few of his like.
His side A is probably a sword instead of the elbow.
Yeah. I think that's
something like that.
You need a little more range.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Did you see in the direct though that even though there's no Waluigi in the background, there's 2 chairs and one's purple and one's yellow right next to each other.
People are like,
so it's like everyone's like, oh, we're just waiting for that Waluigi, announcement. Any day now, come on. He's just like he's just trolled the crap out of everybody.
But they've shown him as an assist trophy though for this game.
Fuck.
But the real cool thing I like.
Best case he'd just be a clone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know who he'd be a clone of, but that's the thing. The thing is, that helps. What I was going to talk about is they now introduce Echo Fighters.
Echo Fighters,
which are pretty much Ganondorf to Falcon at least at one point. He's different now, but or I think last game it was Lucina and Marth, where they're pretty much the exact same character with like a few small differences, and now in order to be able to include more characters, they've included Echo characters. So they don't have to do too much. They just have to create the asset, and they kind of adopt all the same moves. So they don't have to do as much balancing. Yeah. But now they can do as many new characters as they want just by essentially reskinning.
Interesting.
And and that's what a lot of characters already were. All of the Star Fox characters. Yep. They were all very similar until they eventually differentiated
that's
all of
name,
them.
Right?
Falco.
Yeah, he can lick my butt.
Falco Lombardi. Right?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
What is it?
Falco Lombardi.
Wait, so I don't.
Fox McCloud and Wolf O'Donnell.
I didn't know about.
Wolf O'Donnell, I think, is correct. I think. Pretty sure.
They brought Wolf back. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I liked Wolf better than Fox or Falco.
So I'm a little bit confused on the Echo Fighter point. Is it any different in this than compared to, like you said, like Ganon being a Falcon clone?
Yeah, I think it's just a character select thing. Like again, Ganon's he's not a Falcon clone really anymore because he's a lot slower. He's stronger. Right. Someone like I said, Marth and Lucina, they have pretty much the exact same moveset, but they're like little bits of flair that are different. And now they added Simon Belmont from Castlevania, and they also have Richter Belmont.
Right.
And that's what they consider Echo Fighter.
And that's an Echo Fighter because it's different model, same thing. Like if they were to add like Ken to Ryu. Yeah. Yeah. And granted, in the actual game, their moves are a little more different, but I mean they're practically the same character. They could add a whole bunch of additional characters without really having to put in the fuck ton of work it takes to create brand new characters.
Yeah, so it's probably just different animations for the moves, and like that's about it. Otherwise, they're the same.
I'm assuming in the character select screen. Actually, I'm kind of want to say that I read this somewhere. I could just be talking out of my ass, but you can make it character select screen where there's different options of the display where you have all the characters separate, even Echo Fighters are their own separate square, or you can go into like the fighter square, the single square, and select between the Echo Fighters.
Yeah. Huh.
And everyone's accessible like right at the beginning of the game?
No.
Damn it.
You have to unlock.
Oh, you do have to unlock.
They said you have to unlock.
Weren't the previous ones like everyone was just?
You had to unlock for all of them.
No, you've always had to unlock.
All right.
You don't play the single player. Really? Why did I feel like I heard that?
Yeah, I thought I heard that
available.
all characters were available right away.
Well,
I mean, nothing beats like the original where.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't know who you were unlocking.
Yeah.
You know, you just got him.
Yeah.
I mean, like remember Ness?
Other
Like
than-
that came out of nowhere. Like he wasn't even a square.
Yeah.
And then like
Other
all of a
than
sudden
the fact
it's like
that
new
game's not
fighter.
great.
What?
Other than the fact that game's not great.
Oh, it's amazing.
What,
It's
the
okay.
original?
The original?
Yeah.
It's
Original
very
what?
slow. I mean, in comparison, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
For
slow.
its time.
The original
Yeah.
Smash?
Yeah.
For its
Oh,
For
first
its
time,
time
it's amazing.
was.
Well, yeah, first time, yeah, but like going back to it now, it's like
Oh yeah,
It's-
you can't.
for me, it's unplayable.
I
Melee
disagree.
was amazing.
I agree that it's slower, significantly slower, but it's still very much.
I just
playable.
don't like.
You just have to adjust.
You know what game didn't age well?
I see no need to play it.
On the
Golden.
N64, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
to play that game.
It's
now.
impossible.
Holy
Well,
crap!
because there was no second stick.
There was no, but like the right, remember the C pad or whatever,
The C buttons.
directionals? That was your strafing up. How the hell did we play with that? And
And it was inverted too, wasn't it?
It was our
the thing
first.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was our first experience of
Yeah.
console FPS.
Pretty much. Who was the first one that had? I forgot. There was some game that was like classic. It was like it might have been Perfect Dark or something like that. That like had the strafing like the way it is still now today. Like it was like 2 analog sticks that like.
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
because Perfect Dark was also N64. And it was only one analog stick. It would have to be something with 2 analog sticks.
PS4 then. PS1.
It could still
No,
be-
no,
it could be
PS1 didn't have.
PS1 had analog.
Eventually,
sticks.
they
First
came out with
DualShock,
DualShock.
yeah, it evolved.
First DualShock did eventually come out on PS1.
Did it?
It
Yes,
didn't.
sir.
Didn't come out
So
with
so
the PS1.
maybe
but they
it
eventually
was
upgraded.
Resident Evil.
No.
Resident
No?
Evil always
That was
had
what's
awful
called tank controls.
mechanics.
Both
Oh
those
yeah, I
were
remember I
awful.
played the
Yeah.
Resident Evil on PlayStation 1.
Remember that?
I think I tried like 20 minutes of it. I brought it back to Blockbuster. I was
These
like, yeah,
kids
no.
today have no clue how good they got it. Oh my god.
Yeah, how hard it was.
It was, yeah.
What else cool about Smash? They made. I know there's some new mode that I didn't get to see in the direct. I know a couple of you guys saw. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Tybo.
Yeah.
But I know they they changed some things about characters, like with the Pokemon trainer. Now it used to be where like each Pokemon you played out would get tired and you'd have to switch.
Yeah.
Now you could basically use.
Which I never knew.
You
Which
could
makes a lot more
use.
sense now,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You could use all of the three. You could pick one, and use them as your main. You could use them the entire time. So it's basically
That's
like the Pokemon trainer. It's technically 3 characters in
Dumbed
one.
down. Yeah, I remember, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Except now there's no limit to using either one of
Yeah.
them. You could switch based on if you become good with all 3.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate unlockable characters will require players to complete certain challenges and other requirements.
That's pretty standard.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, I guess. Thinking back to it.
Yeah, I mean it's how the game's always been.
Were there any other games that got like announced at Gamescom this year that you guys are stoked on?
I don't know. Was anything announced?
Nothing
I
new.
don't
Like
anything
Dying
big.
Light 2. Wasn't there some new Red Dead Redemption gameplay too?
Well,
That shit looks
yeah, but yeah.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, that game
Oh,
looks amazing.
God.
But yeah, it's just I think it's just more talking more about other games
In
that
depth,
have been announced.
Yeah, Dying Light 2, Red Dead. What's up? Captain?
By the
What's up,
way,
good
I-
idea?
This goes back to what I did this summer with
What's
that
that?
free PlayStation subscription.
Yeah.
Played Red Dead.
Nice.
Oh, finally!
First
dude.
time.
How'd it go,
Right?
man?
It was going good until
How
the
did-
subscription ended, and then I didn't want to renew it. I had a free 7-day trial.
How did it
Yeah.
hold up?
So it was very laggy at first because everything's streaming
Streaming,
online.
yeah.
Okay.
So it was just like everything was just weird, and I stopped playing it like after the first hour, and then I went back to it the next day, like when everyone was out of the house during
Yeah.
the morning,
Yeah.
and it was playing a lot smoother. I liked it. I mean, I wish I got to enjoy the
That's
whole
good to
game.
know.
You didn't play, dude.
No, so I didn't get. I mean, I only
It's a good game.
I only unlocked like
One of my
The
maybe
one
like
bonus is you
2.
didn't have to go to Mexico.
Yeah, I
remember that
only
being
went
a
to
slow
like
part of
2
the game.
towns.
That's true. Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I went. I was like in the
God.
first
How are your
village.
balls not like gorging
Oh
out
my
of your
God.
pants right now?
Dude, but it was.
They are.
I
You can't see them.
I could see where all the
Don't insult Cappy.
I could see where all the hype was.
Yeah.
For Red Dead 2.
Oh my God,
I mean,
the ending of that game is just
it is
like,
awesome, man.
it's an
I can't
emotional roller
wait.
coaster.
Do I need the finish the first one to play the second
No,
one?
it's still
Or-
a completely different story from
Yeah,
here.
I don't think so.
Which makes sense because if it's just like Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
they go from story to story.
I think I'm gonna have to go to
so
Game
much
Exchange.
time in between.
Game
I
exchange.
think I'm gonna have to go to Game Exchange and get
It's
it.
a nice game exchange.
Just
Close
to,
right there, Cappy.
What was it? Was it 360 or?
360.
360
I had,
PS3.
I had it for 360.
So they never remastered it for.
They
They-
didn't remaster. They re-released it on the Xbox One. They were like, "Oh, backwards compatible." So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I think
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
They never remastered. I tried playing on Xbox One, and like,
How about for PS4?
I don't know about PS4.
Probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. My
They
poor
might-
Xbox One. Where the fuck is that thing?
I think it's under your TV.
No, that's my PS4, which is also collecting dust.
No, it's there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. You learn something new every day. Wow. How do you guys feel about Twitch Prime changing their rules about ad-free viewing?
It doesn't bother me that
Doesn't
much.
bother you? Some people.
I get the need for ads, and I totally understand why Amazon did it. 'Cause they're a company. They need to make money.
Dude, they had no freaking clue what kind of a beast they got with Twitch and what that meant for the free subscription because...
Well, it even exploded even after the
Yeah,
fact. Once
man.
Twitch blew up even more.
Hold on,
I'm
so
sure-
is it ads while I'm watching someone stream? It
So,
would just
yeah.
be like, hey, by the way, like.
You randomly, the stream that you're
Basically
watching, they
commercials.
cut out to like a 15-second commercial.
So,
I thought it was just when you
so
go
if I'm
onto
about
it.
to see someone like get
It
like a
probably
sick
will
ass
launch when you
victory,
first
and then
launch it.
it's like,
However,
oh, look at this ad,
I
and then
thought
you
it was
come
just
back.
like an opening ad. Like once you go onto a channel, it's
it
just the
does
ad
that,
you
but
want.
it also do it mid-viewing.
Oh,
If,
that's
like, if you're
annoying.
on it for like an hour or so or something like that, it might kick over to
They should do
an ad
pop-up ads for like they do in YouTube videos.
at the bottom, like a little banner.
Yeah.
I feel like they should do that because I feel like that's less harmful
It's less
to the
intrusive.
experience. Yeah,
And they could put more of them on. For
yeah,
it, because
I'm more willing. For
they're
that.
like significantly less intrusive. They're not
Yeah.
interrupting anything. They're
Mm.
covering some things
Yeah.
here and there, but that's probably their better
Because
option.
Can you imagine being that kid that like finally got the courage up to be like, all right, I'm gonna donate to my favorite streamer, and then donate to them, and it goes to commercial, and you miss what the shout out that you get for donating to
Yeah.
that streamer. I would be pissed, man.
So
But little insider tip to everybody out there right now: if you download the extension for Chrome called uBlock Origin, you won't have to watch ads anyway, because it'll block it. Because I mean, when I have like incognito open and I have uBlock Origin open, I've yet to see a commercial.
Huh.
Yeah, so like honestly, but seriously, like Twitch had, I mean, Amazon must have been like shitting bricks when they saw like one streamer with
I was saying, the only
230,000
issue-
Twitch Prime subscriptions.
the only
they
issue
had
with the ad block-
millions of people.
Yeah.
The only issue with
Giving
the
out
ad
free
block,
subs, you know what I mean?
The only issue with the ad block though
Granted,
is
it's
that
money that may not have been
then
there.
the streamer doesn't get the money for it.
What's that?
If you have ad block on, the streamer doesn't get money for
Yeah,
it.
they will not get the
Yeah.
ad revenue. Well, I'm assuming the ad revenue is more towards Amazon recouping the Twitch Prime subscription.
But there's still a split.
I don't think I need to get like some clarification for that because I know there are ads that partnered streamers can queue up themselves to get that ad revenue. I don't know if it's one of the automatic ones. I don't know if the streamer gets it.
I
or
can
not.
almost guarantee you that they get at least a bit
Maybe.
of a split.
We'll see. We'll
They-
find
they-
out.
they'd have
We should
to.
ask Brandon. Hey, be Dutch. Let me know.
They,
I wonder
they'd
if
almost
it's
have to get some of the split.
I mean, do they have to?
I feel like to some extent
I
there
don't-
there'd have to be
I don't
some
know if
kind
they have to.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, it
necessarily
definitely would
have to
be freaking
have
awesome
to.
to them. I'm sure they're jumping up saying like, hell yeah, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I would if I was getting ad revenue and like guaranteed people are gonna start watching
On
ads.
top
to
of
Prime. Yeah, fuck yeah, like that's amazing. But I think that this is a big move just to try to recoup some of that money back from all the money they're giving away, basically.
Yeah, they're also changed their Amazon Prime pre-order stuff.
Oh yeah,
Where-
that's right.
And it was always only applied to physical copies, anyways. But
The $10 off thing.
yeah, it used to be 20%, and now it's $10 off. And it's
Yeah.
only specific titles, but it's gonna be mostly just the new ones.
Blockbusters.
Yeah, and that are sold through Amazon, not through third parties. But I mean, that's kind of how it was, and it was it's a difference of $2. Difference
Yeah.
of $2, and
That's
people
not that much.
are gonna be up in arms for any change.
Change.
Nerds hate change, and they fucking get pissed about anything. And it's like, I'm gonna be buying shit from Amazon anyways,
Yeah.
so it's practically the same thing.
Honestly-
It's a $2 difference.
I heard something else new with Amazon, like a change that if you don't do like the Amazon Prime 2-day delivery, they actually give you credit for using like more of a relaxed, shipping process.
true?
Yeah, somebody said like
Why'd
you
they
get like
tell
a
you that?
$5. I don't probably
Because
want
they
you to
don't
know.
want they want you to use their.
I think if you do like regular shipping over the Amazon Prime shipping, they'll start giving you like $5 Amazon credit like, for every order or something.
Really?
I don't know about every order, but like
every couple.
it's probably like every couple.
There's probably some qualifying orders. I mean, it's worth looking into.
dope.
I mean, if it's true or not, we don't know. But yeah, definitely look into it.
I want to test that like tonight.
Yeah, we
honestly.
start ordering
that's
ground.
pretty
I
nutty.
mean, something like that, they probably have it like written down somewhere,
Yeah.
some terms.
There has to be some sort of.
Yeah, so you
catch
could
to
definitely
it.
just Google that.
By the way, did you look up your buyers, like how much you've spent on on Amazon?
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to.
That
Oh my
got brought
God.
up the other day.
That's gotta
I
be
mean,
disgusting. Yeah. Apparently, there's a way for you to look at your historical data for how much you bought. And I honestly I want to know, but I also don't want to know.
The way I see it, I mean, it's shit you potentially would have bought anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, don't get it wrong.
And so it's just, I mean, it's really
Feels
just gonna
better
be,
when it's broken out over.
yeah, but seeing it on a list,
well,
and
seeing
it's
it
just
all on the
like,
list, yeah.
why?
If I look and it's like $8,000 over like 4 years, I'd be like,
Cardiac arrest.
But the thing is, I share an Amazon Prime account with everyone in my family, so it's just a matter of like, yeah, it's I can't even look at it and really get any real numbers.
Yeah. Mine's by myself, so whatever number shows up for my historical like purchase, it's gonna be astronomical.
Unless they break it up by credit card, then it's different. But if it's just based on the account, we all use the same account, so it's that's not going to be of any value for me.
You guys watch Black Mirror at all?
Yes.
Wait, is that the Netflix one?
Well, it's Netflix now, yeah. It started off
Yeah.
as a BBC show.
Okay, yes, I do.
I've only seen the first 2 seasons, the ones that were not on Netflix.
Okay, so you've seen this episode. Do you ever think there's this one episode where the characters basically their whole job is they just ride a bike that just creates power
Yes.
to
Oh,
something,
yes,
and they
yeah.
basically build up credits for
That one's
themselves
so
that they can
depressing.
use.
That's
Yeah.
the guy from Get
So,
Out.
yeah,
the
yeah,
guy from Get
Daniel
Out.
Kaluuya.
So there's a part where I think he's watching a porno in his
Yeah.
room,
Uh-huh.
and ads come up constantly, and it's so intuitive and like takes over the life that if he turns away,
It stops.
it stops. So you guys ever think that we'll get to a point where ads are stopping if you're not looking at the screen? Like if to the point where it's going to be like, you actually have to watch this ad. Like,
that's right.
let's
The
say
video
you
stops,
you
not the
click
ad.
off and you try to go to a different page.
Like a different tab. Or
Just
something.
try to watch something else while
And the ad
the
just
video
follows
goes
you?
through, and the ad just either
Yeah.
follows you or just won't let you continue to watch what you were watching.
That's what it was.
Shit.
Without the ad.
He wasn't looking at porn. It was an ad for porn for a girl that he tried to help out.
That's right.
And he thought he was gonna do good for her by like getting her like a singing career.
Yeah.
Because she was really good at
Yep,
singing,
yep.
and then but it was like a real dystopian future
Yeah.
where you do all this work, and then it's like for a talent show. You go to a talent show, then like okay, you're gonna become a singer. You're good enough, and then they decided, no, you're gonna become a porn star.
Yeah.
Guess what? God's
Yeah.
playing. Oh, no, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
And then and he felt really bad about that, and then so he's like on doing something else, and then an ad for her porn comes up.
yeah.
It's like
fucked.
oh.
And,
Fuck that, dude.
and he can't look away.
Yeah, he doesn't. Like,
The only way he
break
can
the-
continue, he destroys everything.
He has to watch the
He
ad,
goes
or
crazy,
he has
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
he has to like pay to get the
And then
ad
he
to go away.
didn't he basically
Oh, right,
become
right.
like a slam poet?
You have to use credits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well, he tried to. He was like gonna
It's a
kill
fucked up
himself
show.
like, on
Yeah.
camera.
and then that was like his whole shtick after that.
Yeah.
He would like hold glass to his neck and like talk
wouldn't do
shit
it.
basically, like just like talk himself off the ledge, and then he would just stop.
Yep.
And had this beautiful house at the end
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, cause
because
shows,
he, he sold out.
yeah, he made it.
That's my thing. Hell yeah. I'm an emotional dude.
Yeah, I hope we don't run into that.
No, let's knock on some wood.
I like being able to just
Never happens.
X out of something if there's an ad or just
Or
look
the
away.
memory thing with Toby Kebbell. Oh,
I didn't get that far.
that one was heartbreaking.
Or
I
like
didn't
look
get
at your
that far.
like whenever I have commercials, like I'm usually on my phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, I hope that never happens.
What if it just popped up on your phone? It's like your fucking ads
Ah.
off.
That's the thing. It might get to the point where like you're watching something, and if you look away and you look down, it'll go to your phone instead.
Shit.
Everything's connected.
It's Alexa, dude.
Yeah.
She's listening. Alexa, you listening right now?
Alexa!
She here? Nope.
She looks like
she lit up and she went away. She's like, they know too much. We're dead. We're
Yeah, we're
basically
dead.
We're
dead.
The Amazon drones are coming. Oh my god. So have you guys heard about the whole EA Access, the subscription service for gaming, for games? I
Yeah,
should say?
I mean it's what everyone's doing.
Yeah. Are you for it? Are you against it? What are the feels on it?
I would personally say neither. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to some people. It makes
Yeah.
no sense to other people.
Honestly, like
Depends how many EA games you play.
yeah, no, that's true. But then again, like
But sports games, and
it's
yeah.
a great way to. I feel like I probably will play Battlefield 5 when it releases for a month, and then probably never pick it up again because like Call of Duty will be out, or Red Dead Redemption, or Smash, or you know what I mean, or I'll go back to Fortnite.
It's gonna be a tough holiday season for a lot of games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. At least I could try it out for 1 month, $14.99, and then I could. That's it. You know what I mean? I did my time. Thanks.
Well, yeah, because you could do that. Then you could play Battlefield 5. You could play NHL 19. You could play FIFA 19.
Yeah.
Madden. And if you're gonna play all those games fairly consistently, it's worth it.
I think of that game, the new one that BioWare's doing. Fuck. Why can't I think of
it? Wait, what? BioWare?
They're owned by EA. The one with the mechs. You're in the mechs.
Mech Assault.
No.
For you oldies out there.
No. Fuck. What is it? Oh my god. Because it looks really cool.
I don't fucking know, man.
God damn it. Hold on.
Mecha
Is it new IP?
Yeah, it's a new IP.
Oh. I thought you were talking about
Cyberpunk. I don't even know who makes it.
No, that's CD Projekt Red.
Beats me.
That's not going to be a game for you, Joe.
Really?
No, it's not.
Fuck.
It's the guys who did Witcher. And so
it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be super deep RPG.
It is a first-person shooter, though, from what I hear.
But it's not gonna be just a shooter. It's gonna there's gonna be a
because
ton
I'm so hit or miss with those.
It's gonna be kind of more like future Skyrim.
Yeah.
But first person. You can play Skyrim third person, but pretty sure it's all first person.
But honestly, $100 a year or $14.99 a month to play unlimited EA games, or I think it's at 50 or something like that. That's pretty freaking nice.
Anthem. Yeah. Anthem's the BioWare game.
Right. Oh, that game.
Right.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how this whole EA Access thing really plays out. Honestly, I know a couple guys at work who did it just for Madden, and so far so good.
I mean,
they're enjoying it.
It's smart for them to do it now as opposed to waiting because there's gonna be a bubble, just like with streaming services for television and movies and stuff. There's Netflix, there's Hulu, and now there's CBS All Access, and there's a whole bunch of other things, and it's going to get to a point where it's just going to become cable again, where you're going to be bundling subscription services. And didn't someone buy GameFly, like Netflix or something? I feel like someone bought
GameFly, dude.
There's really no need for GameFly at this point.
Well, but it's going to be digital.
Yeah.
It might have been like Google that's looking... No, Google is doing their own thing.
I thought Netflix did buy it.
Yeah. Okay.
Netflix bought GameFly?
I'm pretty sure.
But the thing is, Netflix barely does physical copies anyway, so they're going to be doing streaming. And so
they still have an option, though, for it, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're looking.
I forgot about it. It's a whole other subscription.
And so, but you have Xbox Game Pass. You have PlayStation Now, which is supposedly not great.
No, it's not.
But
in my opinion,
Game Pass is pretty good.
Yeah. It was a nice free, trial, but am I going to pay $15 to play, PlayStation 1 and 2 games or whatever? Nah.
And I forgot the price for the Xbox Game Pass, but it was at a point where I was tempted to do that.
Well, the difference is that you can play whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can play anything.
Well, it's not quite anything. It's the games that they have, but it's going to be all Xbox first parties, which there aren't that many right now, but they bought all those studios.
Yeah.
And they're getting a lot of third parties to be on it, and so it's it's getting kind of worth it. If it's games that I'm not going to be playing with my friends, if it's going to be more single player kind of things, I'm very tempted to do it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to play out kind of like Spotify, you know what I mean? I feel like Spotify is great for the users, but I feel like the artists themselves would have, but then again, who knows, people would have been buying the album, or at least they're listening to it and getting ad revenue from that, you know what I mean?
Well, so when iTunes came out, it practically stopped piracy.
Yeah.
It didn't, obviously. People still pirate the shit out of things.
Of course.
But, people thought Steve Jobs was crazy because he was like, no, I'm going to put out this digital thing where you could download music and people will pay for it.
Yeah.
And people are like, no, people are pirating. Why would they ever pay for it?
Because he had the iPod. He's like...
But they're like, no, if we have an easy option, easy digital option, that's just as easy as pirating, if not easier, people are willing to pay for it, and it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And it took a big chunk out of piracy.
That's why I'm wondering, these freaking video games nowadays have budgets bigger than movies. You know what I mean? How are they going to recoup their money if everybody's on a subscription?
How does the developer make the money on that?
That's what I mean. How do they make the money now?
Yeah, that part's going to be tough.
I'd be curious to find that out.
I feel like they're going to have to go... I mean, look at Fortnite. Fortnite's basically doing that right now. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to make fantastic games with these cosmetic things that people want to buy.
The thing is, though, if you have it as an Xbox Game Pass, people aren't buying used copies.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be that. That's the biggest chunk out of developers' pockets are people getting the physical copies, reselling them to GameStop, and then people going and buy a used copy instead, and not none of that money goes to the developer.
Yeah.
Or the publisher. So it's going to be like, it could balance out. Where a lot of people who are going to be playing it, my guess is the way they get money is there's some kind of pie chart. The amount of people that play this game.
They must monitor traffic.
It's that yeah, exactly. It's the percentage of people that play this game, then EA will get that percentage of the revenue.
Yeah, you take the revenue on a monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever.
Or I guess not EA because they have their own shit, but
Nuts, bro.
any other Activision.
It's pretty wild. No, it is.
Pretty wild.
I'm pretty sure it is the future.
So that's why I think that, like, going back to like last episode when we were talking about the digital Xbox, the cheap digital streaming Xbox, I think that's gonna freaking sell like hotcakes, man.
It's really smart.
The infrastructure is there now. It is the future.
Xbox is fully primed to quote unquote win the next generation.
I think they need Xbox is failing at this point. You know what I mean? I think that's the necessary.
Well, the thing is, they're not failing anymore. They're not failing anymore.
Really? Why?
Well, first of all, their console sales, they still have better console sales than I think they've ever had.
Really?
It's just
compared to PS4.
It's just compared to PS4. PS4 is just still blowing them out of the water. Like they have crazy amount of sales, and they're doing extremely well. Just not as good as PS4. So it looks like they're losing, but they're not. And
they're very profitable.
They're still extremely profitable, just not as profitable.
Freaking nuts.
But
PS4 is selling because they have the.
Well, they start off big. That's why.
They started off big.
Xbox had that big issue at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm assuming you're getting at was they also have the first party stuff.
They have the first party developers. They have because think about how many consoles Uncharted 4 sold itself. God of War sold itself. You know what I mean? So many people bought consoles to play those games.
I bought one for Halo. Too bad Halo freaking sucked,
you know what?
dude.
It's the only reason why you
That's the reason I got. That's the reason
One.
I got one, and I sold it as soon as I stopped playing Halo because I really didn't like it.
It was that in Gears for me.
Wait, isn't there a new Halo coming out soon?
Yeah,
Halo
Infinite.
Infinite. Well, not soon. It's just eventually.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
You
need like an infinite drop.
But the thing is now thing Xbox bought. They just announced in E3 that they bought five developers.
That's
They're already
right.
first party.
Yep.
They bought the guys that did Hellblade.
That's a big one.
That's a huge one.
I still haven't played that shit, man.
I haven't played it either.
I heard it's amazing. I mean, it won a ton of awards.
Sean loves it.
Yeah, it's all about like anxiety and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Stress.
Yeah, kind of.
It's a story about my life.
Yeah.
But also Xbox is up for crossplay, stuff like that. They're working alongside Nintendo and they're doing PC stuff, and PlayStation's doing none of it because PlayStation's getting cocky. And
but if Xbox was in PlayStation's position where they were the top dog, and PlayStation wasn't doing that good, do you think they would still be open for crossplay?
The thing is, we don't know that.
Yeah, we have no idea.
But the thing is, Xbox is still really big, and right now they're doing smart moves. I think part of it is PlayStation still has a lot of quote unquote Japanese pride.
Right.
Where it is
because I don't see what the negative for PlayStation is in this case, because they have their games that are PS4 exclusive, which doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they share play. And everything else is share play. All it does is benefit the gamers. I don't see why it would hurt them to allow me and my PS4 to play Fortnite with you on your PC or with you on your Xbox.
Yeah, they're comparing wieners at this point.
Pretty much. But
I guess they're trying to say we don't even need to be in a league with you.
So big.
But and they're saying that now. But like I said, Xbox has their Game Pass. They have all these developers. They're doing crossplay. So while they might be technically losing this generation, even though they're still very much winning, they're set up for the next generation to fucking kick ass, especially with this really cheap extra console.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? You the listeners, tell me what you think. If you guys have a question for the next episode or anything like that, feel free, or obviously any type of criticism, good or bad, let us know. We'll try to make it better. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about games as a service type of mentality, or why do you think PS4 isn't actually doing the whole crossplay thing? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let us know what you guys want answered in the next episode, which we should have within the next 2 weeks or so.
Tweet at you too.
Yeah, don't forget. Tweet everything at Horne TV. That's twitter.com/Horne TV. That's HornneeTV. And let me know what you guys think. Or you can always drop a comment down below in the YouTube comments or down below inside The SoundCloud comments, where I'm still promising I'm going to get this thing on iTunes for you guys, and hopefully Spotify eventually, but you need a pretty big catalog to get on Spotify. So things coming down the road, guys. Always keep an eye out for the latest streams. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that follow button on SoundCloud. That way you guys keep on track or keep up to date for all of the new content we're releasing. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening, and remember to live life by the horns. Good night.